If you're like me, when I buy products, I actually prefer to buy products from people that I know, like, and trust. And in this beauty business, it's been a little bit more difficult lately because things have gotten tougher and the relationships that we've had just aren't the same lovey-dovey relationships that we used to have. And that's only a few of my companies. But the ones that I could say are different, and I'm gonna go out on a limb with this, in that we've been dealing with a manufacturer for many years, and I would have to say that our relationship is very strained right now. But I want to tell you about one new one that we've had for a little while, but I really haven't really spent much time focusing on because I just have too many other brands, really just a few brands that I focus on mainly. But those are the ones that I already know, that I already like, and that I already trust. And they have actually made products that really perform well. I never really focused on it because I was focused on other brands and I didn't really know how good this brand was, even though other reps have said, they're a really good quality brand. So now I'm at the point where I want to really look at them real closely and I want to learn more about them and really dive in with both feet. And so when I asked our management, where can I get more information, the owner of the company actually suggested I call the owner of Keratherapy, and his name is MJ, and ask him whatever questions you want to ask, and ask him if you want some samples. He'll usually give you samples. So I did that yesterday. So I got him on the phone. Actually, as soon as I called him, he answered right away. Didn't know who I was at first, but then I told him I was with the salon center and everything, and the conversation just took off from there. And he was very gracious. He answered every question, and then beyond that, he just gave me so much more information. And I wished I had recorded the whole thing on video so that you could get the benefit of it. And I did ask him about bringing him on video, and he was open to that. So if you're interested in seeing more about company founders and knowing their story, put a comment below that yes, I'm interested. I want to learn more. So after we've talked for about an hour, I basically I just felt like I was monopolizing his time because he's the CEO and owner of Keratherapy. So this is the brand that is an alternative to Brazilian Blowout, and they MJ actually founded the company in 2010, and the main purpose of this brand is addressing keratin deficiency in hair. And pretty much just about everybody has some form of deficiency in keratin due to the environmental effects, hot tool damage, the sun. There's a lot of different reasons why your keratin is deficient. And of course, when you get older, your hair starts to lose it as well. So their main brand, they don't want to be known as a smoothing treatment company. They want to be known as keratin replenishment. So that involves home care products as well as treatments, smoothing treatments, and other treatments that they have. And they have multiple treatments. Like they have smoothing and conditioning treatments like the Pure Renewal Plus, Express Renewal Plus, Extreme Renewal, Color Lock and Smooth, Brazilian Renewal, and Cream de Coco. And they also have a vegan option as well, like Bamboo Miracle Blowout and Bamboo Miracle Blowout Zero. So these are options that are pretty much designed to appeal to a wide variety of people. And probably because of all these different things that they have or offerings is one of the reasons why I kind of shied away from it. It just seemed like it was a little bit more complicated than what I was already dealing with. But I will tell you, the reason why I made this video is because I was so impressed with him, his values, and what they stand for, and just the way they have treated us as a company. They were actually with another distributor called Life O'Reilly, and they just severed ties with them recently, and that was another reason why I decided to really focus on their brand, is because I would rather choose a brand that is going to focus on us and not be everywhere else. And I just feel like it's just more beneficial for us and my customers in the long run. So having said that, so I got really interested. The more we talked, the more I learned about him and the company and the products. And, we've had trainings from time to time, usually about every month. But it's not always the same when you're on a Zoom call and you're somebody else is giving the presentation. But when the owner is giving the presentation, yeah, it's totally different. It's just basically impacted me in a really positive way. So, when we got off the phone, he asked, well, what can I send you? And I'm like, okay, well, I mean, just send me some, I wanted samples of the Color Lock and Smooth and some of the Brazilian Renewal, because the Brazilian Renewal, in my opinion, was going to be the thing that, if anybody wanted an alternative to Brazilian Blowout, or maybe even customers that haven't, that don't buy Brazilian Blowout and not interested in Brazilian Blowout whatsoever, maybe I can interest them in Keratherapy. So he said, okay, so he said, send me your address and everything, and I'll send it out. Well, little did I know, he was right on it. Like, I've never had anybody ship anything to me that quickly, because I was working in my office today, and this morning a box arrives, and I didn't even pay any attention to it because I thought it was something my wife ordered. Well, I finally went out there and got it, and I looked at the box, and my wife said, I didn't order anything that big. And so I look at the box. This is the box that I got. I just opened it up to make it easier, but I just wanted to show you what I got. I've never received anything next day like that. I mean, I really wasn't expecting it, even though the company is based in Hallandale Beach, Florida. So one nice thing about them is that because they are in our own state, we get things shipped very, very quickly. And plus, it's nice to have the support from somebody here local. So these are products made in Florida, and it's a Florida company. So you're going to be supporting our own state's product. So this is what he sent me. So I didn't even ask for all of these different things, but he offered it. So first thing he sent me is Keratin Fix 20-in-1 Miracle Leave-In. And I think what I did say is, I said, send me your home run hitters, the ones that are just going to be no-brainers for people to try. And so this is one of them. Let me see. Let me open one up. Anybody watching this that's in my local area, my clients, if you want to try any of these products, message me right away. Oh my gosh, he didn't send me little samples. He sent me full sizes. Look at that. This is a full size, 4.2 ounce. So that's one thing. Here's another one. Keratherapy. Oh, this is the Color Lock and Smooth Keratin Treatment Spray. So this is the express treatment. So we're currently selling this at a really good price to stylists. And I would highly encourage anybody that wants a really easy and fast treatment. It's an add-on treatment. We have it on special right now, so the better thing to do is to buy the deal. But I'll give anybody one of these to try it, but only if you're really serious about it, because this deal is going to end probably not this month, but in April. So the end of April will be the end of this deal. But this is just the smaller bottle. So he sent me samples of this. This is a killer thing. So I can't remember if I mentioned this in the video already, but Color Lock and Smooth is what one of our owners of the salon center, he actually worked in the field in the Carolinas to get his feet wet, selling in the field. And back then, we did not have Brazilian Blowout. We could not sell Brazilian Blowout in the Carolinas. And that's why and how we got Keratherapy, because they agreed to allow us to sell it in those areas where they weren't already with another distributor. And so that's how we got started. And Jake was telling me that he put this out just about in every salon and as a quick little add-on service. So what it is, and it used to not be this, but this is a formaldehyde-free, quick leave-in express keratin treatment. And there used to be a product a few years ago called Keratin Express, and that was a spray. And basically the way it was done, at least what my customers told me, was they would spray it in the hair before they get ready to cut the hair. And by the time they were done cutting, it was on there long enough to do its thing. And then they blew it dry and then they flat ironed it. And it was a way to do an express keratin treatment. And this is way before a lot of the other ones. I don't even know if there's any really good competitors on the market like that. But the reason why it went away is because it had a lot of formaldehyde in it, and they took it off the market. I think they had to take it off the market. And then the reason why I remember this so vividly is I had some customers of mine that just absolutely loved it, and they asked me what I had to replace it. And at the time, I had nothing. This was even before, I think even before Dreamcoat came out from Color Wow. But this is a totally different type of product, but very similar to that Keratin Express. And although it did have a tiny amount of formaldehyde when it was first developed, in the last year, they actually removed the formaldehyde to see if it would still perform like it always did. And they noticed no difference in performance. So now it's a completely formaldehyde-free formula. It could be sold everywhere, in every country. And that's one of the things about this company, that they really care about the quality of ingredients. They care about the customer's health and also the stylist's health. And, they do have some formaldehyde products like their Brazilian Renewal Treatment. It does have formaldehyde in it, but it has a small amount of formaldehyde compared to Brazilian Blowout. And I'm not saying this as fact, because I don't have the tests and measurements in front of me. I don't have real industry results. This is what I've been told by people in the know. And also, MJ told me this, that it has a lower amount, and they get tested every year for the levels of formaldehyde that they have, and they're always well below the regulations. So even with their Brazilian Renewal, they're people love that. And I even have had Brazilian Blowout people that used to use Brazilian Blowout. They went to that, and the reason why they went to the Brazilian Renewal Treatment is because even though it had formaldehyde in it, they didn't notice any irritating smell or anything like that. And so even their claim is it has, 30% less fumes than any other keratin treatment on the market. I could be misquoting you on that, but that's what I remember them saying. But basically, I had no complaints from anybody using the Brazilian Renewal Treatment, which is a smoothing treatment that lasts up to 12 weeks. And some of the people that I've talked to that made the switch, they seem to like this even better, and they claim that it seems to last longer. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But this is a killer deal. The other thing they gave me, okay, so here's the Brazilian Renewal. They gave me a whole box of this. Okay. So anybody out there that doesn't already use Brazilian Blowout, or if you're using Brazilian Blowout and you want to try an alternative smoothing treatment that works I wouldn't say just, similar. You get what I'm saying. It works similar to Brazilian Blowout. You're going to get the same smoothness, same no downtime, no processing time. It's almost very similar to, remember how Brazilian Blowout was back when it first came out, when it had the anti-residue shampoo, and then the last step was the mask. I mean, the last thing that you put on the hair was the mask. Well, this is the way this one is done as well. This one is the ultra strength keratin replenishment and smoothing treatment. So this is a 3-ounce size sample. I'm only giving this to serious people. And believe me when I say this, I want to make this my #1 keratin or smoothing treatment brand, and also keratin replenishment retail brand. And the reason why is, like I was saying, I like the people. I like the owner of the company. And our owners of the Salon Center love these people because they're just treated with respect. We're treated like we should be treated. And I won't say any more than that, but that's why I really want to focus on them. And this is one of their biggest sellers. And I know this because I have people that have called me out of the blue that used to buy this from the other distributor that they used to be with. And this is their daily smoothing cream. So this is a keratin infused smoothing cream that is heat activated. So you put it in damp hair before you get ready to blow dry. And I'll tell you, I've got people that swear by this stuff. So it says it's a heat activated blow dry cream that seals the cuticle and eradicates frizz while shielding the hair from damage caused by the environment, chemical processing, or heat styling. So really, really, really nice product. I've got samples of this too. Again, please don't message me if you're not one of my customers, or if you're in my area and you're not a current customer and you're not a customer of another rep. Feel free to call me or text me or message me here. But these are home run products. These are quality products. Their packaging is really nice. Look, here's their product catalog. So you can get an idea of the quality. Look at this. Can you see this? Let me see. Let me take my face cam off there. Look at the imagery. Beautiful packaging, high quality products. They've got something for just about every type of hair. Actually, all types of hair. I should have asked for that. Here's your blonde, for your blondes. And these are your styling products. Please don't get these two confused. One is a defining shine cream and the other is a smoothing cream. This is the one I sell the most of. And having said that, I don't sell a ton of Keratherapy because I'm brand new to it. But I have sold a lot of the Color Lock and Smooth already because I got on that. I just knew that was going to be a winner, especially for the price point. And they continued that deal through the end of April. They also have a spray shine product. I mean, not a spray shine product, a conceal spray. So the ones that I've been selling were through Color Wow, but if you need a spray, this might be an option for you. I should have probably asked for that too. So many products, but I don't want to focus on too many because I want to really learn a few at a time. And I think that's probably a good way for you to do it. Unless you're a salon that wants to bring in the line, they have some really good intros. So that might be a way to do it. And then hopefully we can get you an in-salon class or maybe even a Zoom class if they don't have an educator available in our area. But this is just a glimpse of their smoothing treatments that they have. So they have formaldehyde-based smoothing treatments and of varying strengths. And they also have formaldehyde-free, completely formaldehyde-free. They have a unique technology that's in the keratin products that I failed to mention. It's called Kerabond technology, and I'm going to learn more about it. But it's their proprietary blend of botanical, organic, and conditioning ingredients to deliver hair care where it's most needed in the hair. For those people out there that are not sure about Brazilian Blowout's new free system, and I'm not even saying that system doesn't work. What I'm saying is, if you don't follow that system exactly, then you're not gonna be happy with it. But I don't have any feedback on this technology. They have a formaldehyde-free version as well, but I don't know enough about it. But stay tuned, because I'm going to be doing a deep dive into each one of these treatments in the near future. Do you get my drift about what I'm saying with this brand? I'm so impressed that that he sent this so quickly. Oh, I forgot to tell you the most funny part. So he's been texting me. Actually, no, he sent me this order, and today at 2:26 p.m. he says, "Hey bud, did my team add an iron to your sample order? Because I did ask for an iron. This is actually what happened. I asked if I could borrow one of his flat irons because I heard they were phenomenal." He says, "No." He said, "I'm going to send you one. I'm going to give you one. I'm not going to let you borrow. I'm going to give you everything." So he did that. But he said, "I remember us discussing it. I might have forgotten to tell them to add an iron." So I just let him know, and he's not only going to send me that iron back out again, but he said, "Is there anything else I can send you?" He said, "I'm happy to send you full-size items if we don't have travel sizes or sachets." So he wants to send me even more samples. Who does that? So he knows that our company is serious. We have veterans that have been doing this for years and years. I've been doing it for over 30 years. And so he understands that we're a different breed of sales reps out there compared to some of the other companies. And that's one of the reasons why he said, when I made my decision to just go with you guys, he said I could have gone with, multiple people, but he said, you guys are just different. And, he just went to our sales meeting in Alabama this past time. So we got to meet those people. And then I encouraged him to go to our sales meeting coming up for the Orlando people, and he'll see a totally different group. Because we're all Floridians mostly, and the other group is, they're all Southern. They're from Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, Louisiana. So, there's a wide range of people coming from those areas. But mostly veterans. We have some younger people, but mostly veterans are in our company. So we almost look like the geriatric group when manufacturers come to see us. But we get the job done. And I hope this helped you, and I hope you understand that. I don't know if you're like me and you want to deal with people you know, like, and trust, and I hope you trust me. Hope you like me, and hopefully by now you know me, because I've been doing videos since 2012 on my YouTube channel, and I've made a commitment. From here on out, this is a personal commitment to myself. I'm not going to spread myself so thin, because at my age, I don't want to be running ragged. Like back in the day when I used to call on 20 salons a day and, work from early in the morning till late at night, that's not me anymore. What I really want to do is I want to spend the time with people that I know, people that I like, and people that I trust. And, they're my family. And anybody that wants to do business with me, even if you don't know me, I want to do business with people that don't want to. They're not store people. If there's the problem with some of my brands is we have multiple other distributors that sell the brands that I sell, that I built and started in this area, and it just kind of rubs us raw. And one of my brands is my biggest retail brand, and even though I don't like what they're doing, I can't really complain too much, because we keep selling more and more every year. So until the sales start to decline, then I can't really complain. But I have other brands where sales have declined and they're doing everything they can to sell against us. And for that reason, I want to focus on, the brands that really want to support us. And that's one of the reasons why I want to focus on customers that want to do business with me, like people that have my color business and retail business and treatment business. So, the more you can do business with me, the more that I'm going to spend time with you and try to treat you as you want to be treated, or as I would want to be treated by somebody else. So, you're not going to get anything different from me that I wouldn't want to be treated by others. So, I thank you for watching this video. It's probably went on a little bit too long, but let me know if you want to see more videos like this. And if you would be interested in seeing MJ live, or maybe not live, but on video, and it will just be a discussion. I'm not going to have any planned questions, maybe a few that are in my head that I want to ask, but it'll be more of a discussion, sort of like what we just had yesterday. And like I said, I wish I could have shown that video if I had a video. And that's the reason why I want to continue to make more videos like this. And I made a similar video with Giles Robinson with Color Wow. If you look at one of my videos, and I'll try to link it either in a suggested video or maybe a video down below, I'll put the link. It was just me and him talking in his truck, and it was not planned. We were, he said he was going to be in the area, and he said, "Hey, do you want to have lunch at Chipotle?" And I said, "Hey, yeah, I think I can make it." And then I don't know how the video idea came up, but I said, "Hey, let's do a video together. Let's not even, no structure or anything. Let's just talk about Color Wow and, a little bit how you got started and this and that." And so he didn't really know what I was going to ask or anything. So it was all on the fly. And that's kind of like what I want to do with future interviews with some of my guests. So, and if you're a stylist and you want to get on and maybe do a video, I'd like to learn more about you guys. So I think other people would be interested too, especially if you have a unique story, how you got started, or what is unique about what you offer your clients or where you're located. All you would need is just your phone and good lighting and a good, either close enough to the microphone or an external mic like I have. All right, this video is long enough. I thank you for watching. If you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please hit the subscribe button and click the bell so you get notified when I upload a new video. I try to do 2 to 3 a week. And if you think somebody could benefit from this video, please share it to them. All right, thanks again for watching. I appreciate you. Take care.